busted. So an away trip coming up this weekend with Telford on the horizon. Obviously on the back of kind of Tuesday's game, how are the boys looking after a win over Farsley?
Yeah, it's a really quick turnaround. It seems like all the games are a quick turnaround at the minute. Obviously Tuesday was another hard game for us after Saturday. We knew it would be. Boys have really put 2 good shifts in Saturday and Tuesday, so today was more about recovery. And then the lads who haven't played on Tuesday done a little bit of a session, but spirit's really good. Obviously we're winning games at the moment, so that helps, but as I keep saying, we've got a really good group, so win, lose or draw, the morale's normally quite high. But yeah, everyone's in good spirits, in good shape, and looking forward to going there on Saturday.
Yeah, and do you feel like on the back of having Saturday, Tuesday games that you'll have to kind of swap things around in part to sort of keep lads fresh, or is it all just kind of focused on naming the best 11 for each given game at the minute, really?
Now, well, ultimately we'll pick the best 11 that we feel to win that game, but sometimes that is fresh legs. I think we've rotated really well this year, and the boys who have been rotated, who have been pulled out, have always reacted really well. Obviously Tuesday night, brought Danny out. He reacted brilliantly. His body language and stuff around the place he got around the boys was brilliant. Jack Hunter the same. All the boys when they've been brought out have shown the right sort of body language that we're looking for and shown the right response, and that's just as important as anything else, really, because it keeps everyone's spirits high. It really feels that we're all in it together, which is sometimes easy to say, but then when it comes to it, you get some boys that'll sulk and take themselves away from the team, but that hasn't been the case. So we're obviously looking to freshen legs as much as we possibly can, because we have had a lot of games. It's coming towards the back end of the season, so there is going to be fatigue setting in with some boys. So it's really important that we manage the minutes, manage the time on the pitch, manage the amount of work what they're getting through. Obviously Angelos works with us as well, and he has all the GPS data there, so he advises sometimes if players need to come off training, or if someone's a little bit doing too much or need to do a little bit more, so that's really helpful. But ultimately we'll pick the best team that will feel to win the game on the Saturday. And
does it sort of feel at the minute potentially like the squad's possibly in arguably like the strongest position it has been? Obviously you've got not too many lads out injured at the minute. Obviously Wardy and Forbes are sort of nearing a return. Obviously Wardy was on the bench on Saturday, and sort of especially in midfield at the minute you've got quite a lot of competition, whether like you say Danny starting, or on Tuesday Danny dropping out and Taylor coming into midfield and putting a performance as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think our injury list is the smallest it's been for a long time. Belly's been unbelievable, as he always is with the boys, put them through the work. He dedicates a lot of his time to the injured players, and obviously we really appreciate that, and he's as important part as anyone else is for what we're doing. So yeah, we're in a good position at the minute. As you said, we've got a lot of competition, which, because we've got a good group, brings the right attributes out of boys. They want to work harder, they want to push themselves, they want to get better because they want to be in the team. It doesn't push anyone the other way. So competition's really good for us, and it's really healthy for us. And there's a lot of games left to play, so everyone's going to play the part. We've said it all season, it's going to take a squad of us to get to where we need to be, and that's now more the case than ever. So obviously, as you've touched on, you've got Wardy coming back in, hopefully Forbes is not far behind. You've got Jack, who's coming back in now as well. Danny's came back in. He's been brilliant since he came back in. He was patient for his turn, and then he's come back in. He's done brilliant. So yeah, a lot of competition, but it's certainly a good thing. It's a real healthy place to be at the minute with the squad. Touch wood, we stay injury free from now till the end of the season, and we have a real push.
Yeah, and Telford coming up on Saturday. I mean, it's generally quite a tough place to go. Obviously, in terms of the league, they're not where they kind of want to be at the moment, but they've had some good results. I know, sort of in particular, they beat Darlington quite convincingly fairly recently. So it's definitely not a game where you go into a team bottom of the league who are shot of confidence and that it'll be an easy turnover, will it?
No, they've obviously got a new manager, they've signed new players. At the start of the season you would have tipped them to be up and about the playoffs, so it's certainly not going to be an easy game. We watched them against Kidderminster, they're a very good side. Obviously they put in a really good performance against Darlington, so we've watched that one as well. So we know that we're going away from home, a long trip, and it's going to be such a hard day for us. It's going to be a day where we need, again, 1 to 16, 1 to 17 lads turning up with great energy and putting in a really good performance, and if we don't do that, when we don't take anything from the game. So I think now the boys have all got the right mindset in terms of we don't take anything lightly. You know, as we always say, we never look ahead of any game that's right in front of us. The training session that we're doing today was the most important one. Tomorrow now is the most important one. Then Saturday becomes the most important because it's happening right now. And that's the mindset that we're trying to drill into the boys, to be present in everything that we're doing and not look ahead. And I think if we get that, which we're certainly close to getting that, then that gets the best out of everyone as an individual, as a collective, and as a club.
And just in terms of sort of the injury list, obviously mentioned it a little bit before, but I suppose the longest term kind of absentee at the minute is sort of Paul Blackett at the moment. Is there any sort of news on him at the moment? Obviously he's had a few sort of appointments recently.
It's a little bit complicated with Blackie. Obviously he had issues with his groins already that we're waiting to get surgery on, but he was able to manage them, so we were able to play him some games, then bring him out some games. But then he'd done a separate injury to his groin, which is why he's not playing at the moment. So what we try to do is we try to kind of get him in for his operation while he was suffering from the other injury, try and kill two birds with one stone, but we weren't able to do that. So at the minute it's just kind of weighing up what's best, whether we need to get him in for his surgery sort of now, or whether we're able to hold on till the end of the season and get some minutes out of him now. Obviously, as I said previously, Chris is working with him all the time. Chris will make that decision. We'll lead on Chris, whatever he thinks. Obviously Blackie's desperate to play, just wants to play every minute, but he's not fit to at the minute. He's still a couple of weeks off the injury, what's kept him out, and then we have to assess what's best for his groins, because his welfare is more important than anything else. You know, he's obviously got a long career ahead of him, and we need to make sure that we manage this injury correctly for him, and we're not just looking to get him in and shove him into games. It's got to be right for him, and what's best for his health, really.